Stacy's Reflections from the Farm. I am standing in front of my favorite tree in the front yard that yesterday was at its peak. This morning when I got up, it had dropped most of its leaves. We are moving into the brown season, which is my least favorite season. So I thought I would bring back a concept that I had used early this spring in my written reflections from the farm about living glad. And I know it sounds cheesy, but as I have done more research on each of the components of glad, I have found that they have a very strong positive effect on our lives. And living glad is a little bit like picking low-hanging fruit. It's easy to understand and even easier to incorporate into our lives. The first component of glad deals with the G, and it is gratitude. So just in case you don't know what gratitude looks or feels like, I have a video of my llamas from this spring when we first opened up the gate for them to go into the outer pasture. Now, this is what gratitude looks like. And just in case you've never seen a llama run, watch how differently they run from a horse. I am grateful for the fact that the snow is off my deck. That way at least I can start to explore and see all the fun things that I put on it this fall. Just don't look at the decorations too closely. The pumpkins and gourds are kind of squishy. Gratitude has been researched for decades, and the positive effects of gratitude are immense. They range anywhere from increasing your immunity to helping you sleep to increasing optimism. Some of the ones that I thought were real interesting was there was one research that said that practicing daily gratitude helped with road rage. The other one that was interesting was talking about how gratitude affects your faith. So they found that people that practiced gratitude actually had a stronger faith or spiritual life. But they also found that the more that you practice gratitude, it increased your faith and your spiritual life. Another thing that I thought was interesting was that they were saying you should also include in your gratitudes things that you are thankful for with yourself. So for example, say you handled something real well, that to thank yourself for doing that, or you made progress on a goal would be another thing to take a look at. The hard part is that gratitude has to be an intentional practice, which I personally think needs to be a daily practice. And for years I said, you know what, I'm gonna practice gratitude, I'm gonna do that. Well, you go along with it for a while and then you hit one of those days or one of those weeks, and pretty soon you've just kind of quit the practice. So starting it was Easter last year, I decided that I was going to intentionally do a gratitude practice. What I decided to do was to go ahead and get a gratitude journal, and I only had two rules. One was that I needed to write just one gratitude in it every day. That meant that if I wanted to write more, I could, but I had to have just one. And the other thing is that I knew I had to have it in a place where it was going to be easily seen numerous times during the day. So I have my gratitude journal on the windowsill in my bathroom. And that is what works for me. Some of you may find that you have a daily devotional and you can just add having gratitude added to that and putting down something or even saying something that you're thankful for. What I found was that there are some days that it's really hard to come up with something that you're thankful for. And my new little cat, Callie, that we rescued just a year ago, and she showed me what are some things that you could have for gratitudes that are very mundane. Callie loves paper grocery bags. Callie loves anything she can play with, but paper grocery bags are some of the best. So she will get in them, she will sleep in them, she'll roll around in them, she'll get her head caught in the handle and then race around with it all over the house. So I came up with the term paper bag gratitudes. Those are the ones that are just so mundane on those days that you can't think of anything. You can go to those as a list. So for example, for me, a paper bag gratitude would be my morning cup of coffee, or a hot shower, or the sun. Not having wind would also be nice, but you know what? Wind dries things out, so there we go. I am going to leave you now with these thoughts and also a picture of Callie enjoying her paper bag as you think about some of the things that you're grateful for.